Hi everybody, welcome to the Thescottshow. This is the Saturday sleep-in show. Normally it's the wake-up call, but like it says in the little description, we're not going to do a wake-up call today. We're going to do a Saturday sleep-in, because that's exactly what happened. This wonderful host of yours that you are listening to was up at 4 o'clock this morning. Stayed up, watched the news for an hour, kind of got into my groove, and then all of a sudden I crashed again, and here I am. So there you go, folks. That's no excuses. Just, I'm telling you what happened. Today is a very special show for the Scott Show. We will be talking about all the different albums that were announced on Facebook that people like. So we'll get some people's albums out there and what they like. But first of all, we're going to go through the holidays of the day. Quite a few of them. So maybe you like a few of them, and we'll see what happens. It's Anne Bradstreet Day. It's Big Whopper Liar Day. Boys and Girls Club Day for Kids. That's really cool, and I've always enjoyed the Boys and Girls Club. They do wonderful stuff all across this country. International Coastal Cleanup Day. International Day of the Preservation of the Ozone Layer. International Eden Apple Day. Mayflower Day. Mexican Independence Day, National Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day, National Cleanup Day, National Collect Rocks Day, National Day of Prayer and Remembrance for the Victims of Hurricane Katrina, National Guacamole Day, I got that yesterday, National Gymnastics Day, National Play-Doh Day. Did you know it's National Play-Doh Day, folks? That's cool. National Stay Away from Seattle Day. Yeah, we get these from checkiday.com, so I don't know what they got against Seattle. National Tattoo Story Day. Puppy Mill Awareness Day, and also Responsible Dog Ownership Day. Software Freedom Day. Step Family Day. Thank a Police Officer Day. Trail of Tears Commemoration Day. It's Working Parents Day today, and Wrinkled Raincoat Day. Those are the days for today, being the 16th of September, from checkiday.com. And we love checkiday.com, and they're not supporting the Scott Show, but they are, in the way that they put together these lists and we read them off, because I think it's sometimes funny. It's a nice little cool segment we got here going on the Scott Show, and we make it happen. So before I get to the albums, I just want to touch on one thing, and then we'll get to the albums here. I did see that Cassini crashed into Saturn yesterday. And what it was is there was a satellite that went around Saturn and took pictures. Got some really cool pictures and stuff of Saturn. And the gas, the fuel that was in there was almost depleted, and so they had to scrub the mission. I believe it was quite a few years that it was out there, and it came in at 77,000 miles an hour. And what was going to happen when it dissipated was that it was going to just turn into atoms, because it's going to be so hot. It's just going to melt and be gone, and everything else. So that's where our $4 billion went, is to Saturn, so we can, anybody ever steps foot on Saturn, maybe they can find it. Kind of a big planet, though. And that's what happened. But it took some really great pictures. It did its job. People have been working on that system for a while. Just amazing stuff happens when we put stuff in space and take pictures. Alright, so let's get to the albums. I'm going to... Not a lot, we have a few of them. Maybe we have like 13. Lucky number 13 over here. So Jolene posted that she likes Garth Brooks live in Central Park. Actually, some of Garth Brooks' stuff I enjoy. He's entertaining, and apparently he's great in concert. I heard that. So live in Central Park would make a lot of sense. Erica Fleetwood Mac, The Dance. That is the live a version that they did to MTV. I absolutely love that. I own both the DVD and the CD, and still most of the songs are on my computer. That I love Fleetwood Mac, so Erica is definitely getting some points with me on that one. Yeah, Fleetwood Mac The Dance is great stuff. Darla, said, even though she's an avid AC/DC fan, Running with the Devil from Van Halen is still a timeless classic, and I agree. One of the great stories that I have is I was doing something, and on a Sunday I heard Running with the Devil, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to, not a church day today or something like that. It was great. But anyway, Van Halen is, again, one of my favorites. David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar definitely brought difference to the group as far as their singing styles, but both of them have great hits. So, Get Nervous by Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. Neil Giraldo is one of those artists that is not as well known as Pat Benatar. Of course, Pat Benatar is Pat Benatar. But the stuff that they do together, amazing. Amazing, amazing stuff. So, check that out, and I'm actually going to check that out. Thanks, Brian, for that. Sue, Prince Dirty Mind. How can you go wrong with Prince? I mean, really, how can you go wrong with Prince? I don't remember what songs are on that in particular. I can totally Google that. But, I mean, it's Prince. I've said that numerous times, and we'll say that when we do our top 8 of the 1980s, which is harder than it looks. Folks, I got to tell you, it's going to be really, really difficult to do that top 8 of the 1980s. And let's see, the singles from that, Uptown Dirty Mind, Do It All Night. Yeah, Prince is great. I mean, and Morris Day is on there, so how can you go wrong with Morris Day? Come on, it's Morris Day. I love myself some Morris Day in the time. Just saying. London Calling, The Clash. Tony Ramone puts that up there. I love, it's great stuff. I totally agree. Depeche Mode, Violator. Lisa posted that up there. That's awesome. Depeche Mode is great stuff. I mean, a lot of these that are being posted are just amazing stuff. I have great people on my Facebook. Eldon posted and said the Smash by The Offspring was the most complete album of awesome songs ever in his mind. Not only one bad song and the rest were great. For me, things like that, Peter Frampton Comes Alive, Steve posted that on the bottom. I'm sorry, I kind of jumped if you go into the list. That to me, again, just like Eldon said with The Offspring, most complete album. I could just listen to that point blank straight up. There's another one coming up here at the end, and I mean, just amazing stuff. So Michael Sabatora, Arise, and I've never heard of that one before, but I will have to check that out for sure. My good buddy Ron, who I've known for more years than he will ever care to admit, posted and said, Green Day Dookie and Dr. Dre The Chronic. Now, Dr. Dre, he's the man. I like myself some Dr. Dre too. I do listen to the occasional rap song. And you guys might know that I listen to, I watch a lot of Wild 'N Out on MTV. Thank God that they actually bring out some music. So, and a few of those guys have been on there before. I think Dr. Dre was on there before. Method Man was on there before. So great stuff. And Green Day, Dookie is one of those albums that I think every person owned in their car when we were in high school. So, just a little interesting side note to that. Even people who didn't like Green Day still had that in their car. Lynette posted a Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune, and Motley Crue Theater of Pain. Both amazing bands. Motley Crue, Probably a little bit more. I know a little bit more of their songs than Blue Oyster Cult. But still, awesome stuff. And last one is Dave. And Dave posted Dark Side of the Moon. Now, when I had my office in Superior, I would listen to Dark Side of the Moon, and I did not smoke anything, but still I would wake up from my haze of listening to all these songs, and it'd be 11 o'clock. And that's Pink Floyd. And yeah, band need not to be mentioned, but yeah, I'm going to mention it anyway. So that's what we do here on the Scott Show. On the kind of wake-up call, because somebody waking up at 10. I mean, everybody probably up already, but, you know, we still have our friends in the Pacific time zone. They wake up at 8. Right now, it's 8 o'clock. So, good morning to my friends out in California who do not wake up until 8 o'clock. Good morning to my friends out in New York who don't wake up until right around lunchtime. Yeah, what can you do? We live in a very interesting country that has 4 different time zones that all starts their day out different. And to people who are listening to this who are in their third shift, go to bed. I mean, what the hell are you doing up at 10 o'clock in the morning? Sheesh. Alright, so those are the albums. I was really excited that we could post that. I want to thank the people that liked our post also, that didn't post on this. Rebecca, I didn't see a post from you. But we like you anyway. Thank you, Rebecca, for liking our post. Deb, thank you for liking our post. Jay, it's always great to have family liking your stuff and getting involved. I'm still gonna have to give it to Erica though with Fleetwood Mac the Dance. That was one of my favorites. But those are some that are super close. So, folks, this has been the Scott Show. We always make it happen every morning. Sometime in the morning, you know, it'll be morning. I can't tell you when, because it's all when I wake up. If we have issues with our computer, I'm not going to say, hey, join us at 8 o'clock, no matter what. Normally on the weekdays it's 8 o'clock, but, you know, it is what it is. So, folks, check us out. We are also on YouTube at tinyurl.com/102550. That is the homeless project that we work on. And all of these podcasts, if you listen on speaker, they go on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, go to speaker.com. Check out all of our podcasts. We have 6 different channels now making it happen. We're going to be posting on each one of those channels today and make just awesome podcasts for you guys. We got some videos rolling out today. And we got some new updates for the website. Just amazing stuff we're going to do. Check us out. 102550.net. You'll get all of the info.